Call the meeting of the Plaquemines Parish Council as the sole governing authority of the Plaquemines Port Harbor Internal District to order at 3:58 p.m. Machines are open for attendance. Or you can do verbal, whichever is easier.
District 1? Yes. District 2? District 3?
Oh, here.
District 4? District 4? Okay, I didn't hear you, sorry. District 5? Here. District 6?
Here.
District 7?
Here.
District 8?
Here.
District 9?
Here.
All members are present.
All 9 members are present. Before we go, I just want to make a couple announcements really quick because we're going to have 2 suspension of rules. We'll go over those. They're simple stuff, setting the port budget hearing date and canceling the second meeting. Also, when we call the special meeting to go over the audit, we're going to have to call a special meeting of the council in order to cancel the second meeting of November and December, because by the time we could vote on it, that will be in Belchase, but then we will break our charter by having the meeting here because we canceled. So we would have to do that. It should be a 5-minute meeting, so everybody's aware of what's going on. That's what the delay. No, that meeting can be in Belchase and vote on the resolution just to cancel the second meeting, and then everything's back to normal. And then we'll go into the port special meeting to go over the audit. Does everybody understand?
Yes.
All that? That's what this problem was, because we should have voted to cancel the meeting on the council today, but because we didn't, we're kind of in a dilemma.
Because we're adjourned.
Because we haven't posted it. We need to post 24 hours. So I thought about that, but I remember 24-hour rule. So, all right, first. Yes, they have a capital improvement. Next item, please.
2, executive session, there is none. 3, status report by the executive port director.
Ms. Bell.
Yes, good afternoon, Commissioners. Clearly, I'm not the Executive Director who's traveling on business today, but thank you for having me today to give this report. So if you can cue up the PowerPoint, please, Ms. Kim or Ms. Crystal?
Yes, 1 second.
All right, thank you. Here we go. Okay, so in today's highlights and introductions, one of the biggest highlights is that the Louisiana Supreme Court ruled favorably to allow the Louisiana Gateway Ports expropriation writ. So this means that it will move forward. It does not mean that we've won anything, just that it will be heard. Our chief legal officer, who is traveling with our executive director right now on business, has his in-house counsel application process complete, and it is pending approval. The FTZ update, Mr. Tillotson met with Harvest Midstream and commenced an operations plan development required by the CBP, and we look to activate in February 2026, so just in a few short months. Today, we have a number of introductions, the first being to establish a policy of budgetary control, an ordinance to adopt the 2026 capital improvement budget, an ordinance to adopt the original operating budget of revenues and expenditures for the port, an ordinance to purchase the Palazzo property in Piano Keys 2, a resolution to introduce the port vehicle maintenance policies, and a resolution that introduces the transit asset management plan that is required by the FTA to stay in compliance. In our planning update today, you'll hear about the Navy business case analysis. It's very important to note that the DOTD and the LED secretary meeting is scheduled at the Naval Air Station on November 18th. The Louisiana-Mississippi River Deepwater Port Marketing Plan has a meeting next November, and Mr. Tillotson and myself will be attending that. Container terminal negotiations are underway in Charlotte, and our executive director and chief legal officer are currently traveling to that meeting and attending those meetings. Next, I'd like to ask Ms. Bergeron, our director of projects, and Mr. Burris, our director of safety and vessels, to give the port marine operations update.
Okay, so the, both of our ferries are in operation. We had a little, snafu the other day, but we are back up and running. The Belle Chase 2 is now actually ahead of schedule. It's up on dry dock and is being taken down and rebuilt. The Authority 2, all the work was completed. I called about the AC this morning. We should have an answer about it tomorrow morning. They said they'll have the piece, the board, and it will be shipped to us. The Authority 1, we received our 2 quotes. That's all the ones that we received, so we'll make a decision on the those 2 and post it, the letter of award tomorrow. And, yep, that's it. Yep.
So the new diesel electric ferry build, I will be working with Blake next week to bring him up to speed with that 90% final design. We actually already gave DOTD our comments in reference to that design when, prior to Blake coming on board, me as well as Tony met with our marine architect expert in order to review the design itself and make sure that it's adequate to the actual needs of the public community port in general. Moving on to the next slide. The point
So, you have to wait this whole thing to complete it, can be quite big.
If you want to ask a question,
Yeah.
well, let's wait till the whole thing's complete, because where we don't throw off. Yeah, just write down your question. All right, continue.
Okay, so the next slide is the Point Lahash Landing Replacement Project. This is the full replacement itself. The survey is currently underway. We actually had boots on the ground this week to wrap up the survey efforts whenever it comes to the hydrographic and topographic surveys. So that's the land as well as the water itself. Geotech, we are waiting for permits in order for them to perform the borings for that project. We should receive those permits by the end of this month to where they can perform the geotech and continue on with that project to kind of lead into the preliminary engineering phase itself. And then Blake, you can talk about Belle Chase cars now.
So it's not much on the landings, just the little improvements that anybody have seen. I know the porta potties were a big issue, just the sanitary condition of them, but so we've replaced them, and each east and west bank on both locations have 2 apiece for a woman's and man. So we'll keep them cleaned, and they'll be on a weekly basis. They'll be getting cleaned.
Whenever it comes to the Belle Chase Security vessel landing itself, we're in the conceptual design phase of that project. And the same thing with the consolidated security dock. Charles is also in negotiations with BG whenever it comes to the actual construction cost of that project itself for the consolidated dock. Moving on to the beautiful admin building whenever it is complete. It will be extra beautiful, but the roof replacement project, it is underway. The strengthening of the building and the shell itself is complete. The roof itself is complete. We do have some electrical conduit work that needs to be updated on the roof. They're waiting for the razors on the roof to come in. That should come in by the end of this week. In order for that to actually happen, it was on back order for a little while. The HVAC detailed design is complete. That's for the full ventilation and completely new ductwork within the building itself. We're holding off for that work to actually happen until we do the full renovation project. The full renovation of the interior and exterior of the building, the detailed design is underway. I have a meeting with the architect next week to kind of go over the status of where that lies and be able to progress from that. Right now, the estimated construction start date is going to be August 2026.
All right, with the human resources update, many of our formerly vacant positions are now filled.
Yes, if you could. Could you wait till? Are you going to forget? Okay.
Because I'm not saying at the meeting, so.
So we're,
I really like to go back to the part about.
All right, let's pause here.
Yes,
and
sir.
Ask, cue in.
The question I have.
Pull down your mic, please. Your mic.
The question I have for most residents is that because we've had a lot of incidents where the Pernales Ferry is breaking down, and we haven't anything that is supposed to have been really repaired. So can we give a reason why we having so many breakdown with it? And I remember when Mr. What's the name, McJalen was here, we were supposed to have some kind of maintenance thing in place where we expected some, because we've been having a lot of breakdown on that ferry. I mean, extremely amount. Can anybody tell us why we having so many and so frequently?
So we do have, is my mic on? So we do have a maintenance plan to where we have preventative maintenance. It's a boat. So you have unexpected breakdowns, and we try to mitigate that by doing our preventative maintenance. But in times that stuff, just freak accidents that we can't control, and we do try to mitigate that, but some things we just can't help, and we try to get them attended to and fixed in the most timely manner as possible.
yes, sir. And with the Transat Asset Management Plan that Mr. Burris just completed, and some of the projects that we're working on, we are making intentional decisions to increase the level of maintenance, to make certain, with Ms. Wilcox joining, that we are communicating to our residents and our customers as quickly as possible when this does happen. But the boats are of a certain age, and unfortunately, the wear and tear going across the river is having an impact. But Mr. Burris, as you see in your package, has that Transit Asset Management Plan and has been working quite a bit to make certain that our maintenance program is improved in the future. You will see later on this year, as we are looking at adding, in fact, you may have seen it earlier this year, transitioning one position, the ferry security captain, to a port engineer position that we're working through the details with civil service, so that we have a lead engineer who is really making certain that our maintenance program is top-notch and world-class. Mr. Beers, you have anything to add to that?
No, I think that covered it. I mean,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Kognovich.
I'll let you know about a boat. Break out another 1,000.
bust.
Boat ain't nothing but a hole in the water and ain't no amount of money gonna fill it. You never know when they break, but they always breaking.
Any other questions?
Ms. McCarty, on the ferries?
Yeah, just one.
Ms. McCarty.
I was just wondering if you could tell us what actually happened to the ferry to cause it to break down?
So we had a O2 sensor. So there's a bunch of different sensors. The boats are old, but there's more modernization on the sensors and components of the boat. So it's, a little sensor can make it, not a catastrophic, but, a bigger issue.
Like with the generator?
Ma'am?
Was the sensor with the generator?
Yes, ma'am. So we have on your engines, generators, the little sensors. If they go out, it doesn't read through and it shuts the whole thing down. So once we change that, it's back up and running, and you won't have that problem for an extensive long time.
All right, Ms. Bell. Back
All
to
right,
you.
thank you so much, Commissioners. So in the Human Resources update, many of our vacant positions, we are happy to report, are filled or filling very quickly. Our senior accountant 2 started on Monday, October 20th. She is Ms. Kimberly Weston. She is working with Ms. Glapion, and thus far seems to be a great fit at the port. Our human resource analyst, we have selected a candidate, and she is scheduled to begin on Monday, November 3rd, and this is the position that you all improved in light of Ms. Sherman moving up into the human resources manager position. We are continuing collaborations with civil service to approve unclassified positions of chief operating officer and IT director. And we are, as I mentioned earlier, working to add the classified position of port engineer, which will be at no new budgetary expense. It is one position that we closed as we deemed this to be more necessary to monitor our maintenance program. And then finally, I went a little out of order from the slide in your booklet. Our our Director of Communications started on Monday, October 13th. Many of you met her at the State of the Port and saw her at work. She is Ms. Janae Wilcox. I'm so happy to have her aboard. So I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Wilcox to give you a little bit of her background and then give our communications update.
Thank you all for having me here today. My name is Janae Wilcox. I come to the port with just over 25 years of marketing, advertising, and communications experience. I've worked for companies such as UPS, Piccadilly Restaurants, and most recently with Posigen. So bringing a breadth of industry and communications experience to the port. So really glad to be here with you all. I'm going into the communications slide on the direct mail. Postcards are underway and they've been finalized, and those mailings will be going out soon. As we mentioned, the State of the Port was held on October 15th at Cafe Hope. Members of the media were invited. WGNO came out and did an interview with our executive director. That was featured on the 10 o'clock that night on October 15th. And again, there was another segment on the October 16th during the wake up segment at the 6 a.m. mile marker. And there was also a feature in Biz New Orleans regarding the press release that we sent out. All in total, this brought in about an advertising value equivalent of just over $200,000 for the port.
And we look forward of more to come. We've been working on finalizing a strategic communications plan that I started with our prior Director of Communications, and Ms. Wilcox has certainly added a lot to that and a lot of new ideas on how we can maximize our reach locally, regionally, and globally, just building upon the good work that our prior director did. And so next is the financial update, so I'll turn it over to Ms. Glapion.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. As you see with the financial update for October 23rd, you'll notice our difference columns, I have a lot of zeros there. That's because at our last meeting, we actually did not approve any ordinances that affected the budget. So the only activity you see there in the difference column are our actual transactions that have affected the budget for this since our last meeting. Do you have any questions?
Can you explain, because I know we do not have a $22 million unrestricted fund balance. Why have we not recorded something?
That is the revenue bond.
I know, but why have we not recorded that?
It's not been recorded on the asset side. I'm still getting statements from the bank with that information. And also, after being at GFOA last week, during the last meeting, I think that needs to be set up as a separate fund within our account. So that's going to take a little bit more to set that up.
Yeah, it should be a separate fund. Yes, I agree. But we need to clean this up because it makes it look like we have a deficit when in reality we don't.
I do understand, and now that I do have that position filled with the senior accountant there, we are going to be able to get caught up on some of those entries.
Okay. Mr. Newsom.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Glapion, I know, when can we expect the budget book
The
to?
budget books, we are still going over some of those transactions. We have a meeting, our internal meeting, beginning next week. So I do hope by the end of next week, we'll have those budget books available.
Yeah, because we have set some dates for the budget hearings of 17th and 18th, and takes a little time to digest and go through it. So earlier the better. Thank you.
Yes, so we are working on it.
All right, next item, or next slide.
All right. In the critical, I'm sorry.
It's back to me. Critical
Oh,
infrastructure
go ahead.
projects.
You go then.
We just like to break me up just where you can hear me throughout the entire meeting, pretty much. So critical infrastructure projects, of course, we have the 11-mile rail extension. We did receive the survey for the DOTD right away. Charles has requested a meeting with the DOTD secretary to go over that information. Also, we are requesting a pre-permit application meeting through the engineering firm, which I will be present with since I do have that permitting background to assist them with that process. Whenever it comes to Venture Global, we are in communication with them. with their concerns whenever it comes to the rail passing underneath their pipe bridge. We do have a backup option, and I do have other additional options as well for us not to cross under that bridge. The Peters Road Rail Bypass. Charles had a meeting with Mayor Constance prior to the state of the port with regards to the Peters Road rail being realigned as well as Peters Road itself being realigned. So they're looking at that project to where it can be proactive and not only helping the industry, but the community as a whole along Peters Road. The Peters Road Bridge, I have a meeting scheduled next Thursday with the project manager with BKI as well as the director of projects with PP.gov, because all three of us are working very closely to ensure that that project moves along, showing that both the port and the parish can work together and ensuring that we help this project move forward because it has been on the books for way too long and we are ready to get it done. And I will pass it over to Patrice to speak on the Navy business case analysis.
Yes, as mentioned earlier, the Navy business case analysis continues to move forward. We are expecting to hear results on November 18th with the DOTD and LED chairs, secretaries, and we are also expecting to start phases 2 and 3 in January. After we get those very final results, you all will be getting more information about that, that Navy business case analysis phases 2 and 3 in the coming days. So thank you so much. That concludes the report. If you have any questions, we are happy to answer those.
Thank you. Any comments from the audience? Mr. Jurisic.
I got a few questions regarding a few things that I noticed over the past week, kind of disturbing. One of the things I noticed, we had a September 23rd email that came out, Ports Achievements 2025. In the first page of it, we're looking at 12 employees that left since January 2023. Top 4 reasons for leaving. Commission, 6. Explain that.
Sir, I believe you are referring to a report that Mr. Tillotson provided to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
And based on my knowledge of that report, which I did not write, when we assessed and did exit interviews with employees, we then reviewed what the reasons were that were given for them to depart the port, and those were some of those reasons, and that is where those statistics came from. But I do think that this would be a better suited conversation for Mr. Tillotson, who actually
But he's
compiled
not
that
here because he
message.
flew out early to go to a meeting tomorrow. So I'm going to ask these questions here
I'm fine with you asking those questions.
because I talked to some people who resigned.
Yes, sir.
That wasn't there. That wasn't what they told me. That was not what they told me. Maybe one had a little, but you decided to leave because of so maybe, she didn't feel comfortable. But some of the other ones. So, and I don't want to say what they told me here. I really want to, but I'm not gonna.
Well, I do understand that, sir, and I will make note
But we
of
get the
that
blame.
question.
This blames us. How y'all feel about that? I mean, this blames us. Military leave, that's not the case. He got another job. Sugarcoat it for everybody else to see. Blame us. I don't feel like we to blame for that. Not at all. And I take offense to that. Then I notice y'all got some nice new little name tags up there. That's nothing. Just spend the money. Keep spending. That's what we do at the port. We spend money. Okay, another thing. The state of the port, Charles did say, the 11-mile rail extension to the container terminal. We got to stop saying that till we get that we're going to have a container terminal. That's just misleading the public. You had a room full of people in there. Some of them leaving thinking we got a container terminal. It's lies. Till we got it, till you got the bird in the hand, then you could say it. That's just, it's stuff I got to listen to, and I know better. I do my homework on everything. They had later flights today to get over there, but no, probably want to go have dinner and spend more money. Yep, probably so, if I had to guess. So You know, this is some of the things. And we had email flurries yesterday going over about the land purchase of the LSU ag property. I was floored to see we didn't know anything about that, but yet y'all, the ones that made PPG go and do this purchase agreement thing that y'all wanted done, and yet y'all didn't even honor it. Because within 72 hours of the president's signature, $20,000 was supposed to be deposited. That didn't happen. Did it happen yet? Because I saw a response from our port director, we will take care of this immediately. So immediately passed yesterday evening. It passed this morning. Did it happen? You have those answers?
Well, thank you for your comments, and I will be.
Who said I was finished?
So I cannot answer
the
that question. Ms. Glapion may be able to answer about the payment to the parish. I am making note of your comments and will share them with the executive director. Do you, Ms. Glapion, do you know if that payment was made?
Yeah, those funds have not been wired yet. I will be wiring those first thing in the morning, as when I got here this afternoon, that was after we had gotten here that I got the message to go ahead and wire that. And I've been having connectivity issues with my computer being able to log into my account. So at this point, I can't do it from here. It'd have to be back in the office.
Okay, that's my comments. I mean, I feel like, you know, we're getting blamed for 6 people leaving. And I've talked to some of them people. It's not the case.
Thank you for your comments, Commissioner.
Ms. McCarty.
I'm going to pick up where Mr. Jurisic left off about the commission and the interviews. So I don't know what the proper, right now, what the proper procedure is for obtaining information. Because there are things that I've read that says that because we are the governing board, we don't need to file for a information request. So I'm asking on tape for a copy of the exit interviews for the commissioners. So we know exactly what was said instead of a report. Okay? In addition to that, because we have, this is lighter, because we have so many new people, I would like a new organizational chart with their contact information, so we can see who's where and under whom, and who reports to who. Thank you.
So I'll be happy to pass that request on. I can tell you that it's easy for us to share the organizational chart. In light of the fact that our general counsel is not here, I'd like to contact our attorney and see what the legality is on releasing employment records.
As I have been asking attorneys in the past, the only thing that is private is a person's social security number, their address, their telephone number. Everything
medical.
else. What else, Mr. Garrett?
Okay,
And medical records, that's it.
okay.
Yeah, there's only certain stuff that's confidential in a personnel file. The rest of it's not.
Correct. So everything can come to us.
Correct.
Okay.
Other than that, which is confidential. So
And I will pass that request on to Mr. Tillotson, and we will consult with our legal counsel as well to see what we can release.
Okay, so let's consider this an official
Sorry, hold on. I accidentally hit the wrong button. Go.
Let's consider this day, this time, an official request, because I have tried the website before for a few months and it didn't work. I don't know if it works now yet. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Dr. Gui.
Yes. Reading from what I'm hearing, there's some doubt as to the sincerity or accuracy of some of the reports. So after you check it out, I think it is critical that if we could see those exit interviews to validate what's been told to us so that we can have more, maybe a little more trust as the members of the board to say, oh, this is an accurate report, or it's not an accurate report. And I think that's critical for our relationship. So I'm just repeating what other people have said, and I hope that, you know, we can resolve at least that that level of mistrust, as I'm reading it as a mistrust, that we can resolve that and make things go a little smoother.
Again, after consultation with the executive director and legal
that.
counsel to see what we are eligible and legally able to share, we will certainly get back to you.
I get that, and I'm just emphasizing what I'm hearing,
Yes, sir.
that we need to resolve that.
Yes, sir. I hear. Thank you so much, Commissioner.
All right. So, rail extension. Have we had a real conversation with Venture Global to go underneath their pipeline? Because without that approval, everything we're working on does not happen. And my understanding was we were supposed to have one when the port staff was up in DC Mardi Gras. So can you answer that, Ms. Bergeron?
I can't answer anything up to DC Mardi Gras last year because I was not present for DC Mardi Gras last year. I was not in attendance. However, I have been told by Charles that he has been in discussions personally with VG regarding it. I know that the NEPA process has started with Freeze and Nichols in order to provide the information. However, I am not privy to those conversations with VG personally.
Okay,
I can report that at DC Mardi Gras, there was a meeting with Venture Global.
okay. Sure, Mr. Kognovich.
If nothing opens up and we still go to our meeting next month, I told Charles the other day, and I talked to AJ, want to set up a meeting with Forey and them, and I'm going to ask them that question.
Okay. I agree, because everything we're working on relies on that approval. I mean, land purchases, container terminal, Peters Road Bridge, Peters Road Rail Bridge. Sorry, let's be clear, because we all want the Peters Road Bridge.
Rail bypass.
Yes, thank you, rail bypass. So we need to get an answer on that, because going into budget time next month, right now, besides some small pieces of land, I don't want to make any more large purchases until we get commitments from Venture Global for that approval and APM, because we need these commitments. We've been working on this now 3 years, plus actually, because the previous director was working on it. All right.
So noted, and I will confirm with Mr. Tillotson, and I can tell you that I am aware that there have been ongoing conversations with Venture Global.
I know, but we need to be more up to speed, because I'm going to ask Vice Chair, have you been brought up to speed on it? As chairman, I know I haven't as much, but yeah, go ahead. You're on.
Since you asked me, I haven't been in any, what we call, I think what everybody's looking for is real conversations about it.
Okay. Oh, thank you. All right.
I guess I'm finished.
Oh, did you want to add more? Okay. So next thing, LSU Ag Center. I was on those email chains. As of yesterday, Charles said we will take care of it. To me, that should have been taken care of 8 a.m. this morning, because we already broke the agreement, but we need to make that wire or check or whatever as soon as possible. It should-
And so I'm certain that Ms. Glapion will have that done in immediacy.
Yeah.
So I will make certain that that happens
Okay.
first thing tomorrow morning on behalf of Mr. Tillotson and you, Commission.
The next thing is dealing with legal. Part of us increasing the salary of previous legal counsel was we were going to cut out costs to external legal counsel. My concern is, and the reason I'm bringing it up now, because come budget time next month, if there's a lot of external legal, I'm going to have amendments to take it out. But I'm just going to state my concern is, what can Mr. Lee do once he gets approval, if he gets approval, versus what he can't do, and how much are we going to have to still rely on external legal?
We were in budget reviews earlier today and did make some recommendations for reduction in expenditures on legal. I don't think it would be appropriate for us to share what that reduction would be at this time. As I mentioned earlier, Mr. Lee is in the process of getting approved. If you're asking me to answer a question about exactly what any attorney can do, as I'm
No.
not in that field.
I said we're going to
can't
discuss
tell
that budget
you.
time. I'm just saying.
But I can tell you that one of the conversations this morning before Mr. Tillotson left for his flight to get to those meetings was the budget and was the reduction in the expenditures on external legal fees.
Okay. And last, but to me, very important, is the audit. I would like to call a special meeting on November 3rd at 5 o'clock. I believe, I have not talked to 2 or 3 of you, but I believe everybody I have talked to can make that. I'm not going to call it just yet because I'm going to check with everybody else, but November 3rd at 5 o'clock, it's a Monday, to go over the audit. So, and that will be held in Belchase since it's a special meeting and, but everybody look at their calendars. I'm going to reach back out to everybody probably tomorrow afternoon and Monday and try to get firm commitment by people, but start thinking about that. If not, next week, I wanted to do it next week, but we have the water safety, not the water, he has a water task force. We have the safe street stuff meetings in the afternoons, and then we got Halloween. So I don't want to rush it or anything like that. So I'm thinking November 3rd or maybe even November 4th, but start looking at your calendars. I'm going to reach out to everybody via email tomorrow and Monday to finalize everything. Mr. Champagne.
Well, I'd like to change the tone a bit and focus on some positive. The State of the Port briefing was well done. Staff, y'all did an excellent job of preparing the port director. I thought it was a quality briefing, one of the best I've been to. It came across as well, painted a very good picture of the port, and it was delivered in a genuine fashion. I say it's genuine because it was done, it was passing on information that is relevant, that is truthful, that is happening. And Blake, you had questions about the ferries. You know, people lose sight that we're dealing with ferries that are 60 years old, and they're going to break. I got a 10-year-old boat that breaks all the dang time. But again, you all do a great job of getting it turning around, quick turnaround on repairs. You know, the job I do full time, we have many tugs, and when they break, they're down for a while. So I know what you're up against. You're doing great work. Much better job of notifying the public on the downtime and notifying when the ferries back up. This isn't easy, and I don't want to lose sight of that. And I think it's easy to sit up hitting in here and throw rocks, and we're doing it. And I honestly believe we're just trying to get better. But again, I think sometimes we lose sight of focusing on some of the hard work you all are doing, and I appreciate it. The building looks great. You know, the building's been sitting there 40 years with no improvements. All of a sudden, it's getting improved. We're improving ourselves. Are we spending some money? Yes. I don't see it as wasting money. It's an investment in ourselves. That's what we're doing. We're investing in ourselves. We're investing in the future of this parish. This port is going to be the lifeblood of this parish. It's going to create generational wealth. It's going to change the way we do business in this parish. So let's not lose sight of that. So again, I respect all the commissioners' opinions, and I know they're really just trying to make us better. So I don't want you all to lose sight of and be disheartened. You all are doing good work. I know you work long hours. I know I get the phone calls every now and then at 9 o'clock at night. And I ask you, what are you doing working, Charles? Well, I just got off the phone with Patrice. He told me the other day y'all on the phone till 11 o'clock at night going over something. So again, I just want to make note and let the public know that you guys are working hard. Are we perfect? No. Can we improve? Yes. But again, I don't want that to be the cost of you guys, that people thinking that you're not working hard. So I appreciate all that you're doing. And to answer a question about passing under the VG, I was in a meeting with Dr. Gouy in Arlington in VG headquarters. And there was only one condition. They wouldn't let us go through it. As long as all the studies were good to go, and when it happened, they said by all means. And the only condition was that the prior people were not involved. And that was LA 23. And that was it. That was the only name they mentioned. My name. That was first year we were in office.
We need that. We need this in writing.
I agree, and that will come. But again, we need to, we'll get there. But again, this was from Mr. Pender. He clearly said it, and Dr. Gouy will attest to it. He was there and he said it, and he's looking forward to working with us to do this. And it is possible, and we'll do it. And as the port chair said, yep, now it's time to put ink to paper and have an agreement. I agree. But just to say, we're not, I don't want people to think that we're out there just shooting from the hip and there's nothing going on. These discussions were had. So, barring any questions, I yield.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Ms. McCarty.
As we see, we have issues with communication, so Ms. Wilcox, I'm going to challenge you to help us receive more information about the events that are occurring at the port. I would appreciate that. As far as legal, I had a thought when Mr. Schultz was speaking. As far as legal, outside counsel and Mr. Lee looking at the ability for us to receive information. I don't believe that, it's my understanding that he's not allowed to give legal counsel yet until he's approved. So what did you say at the beginning of the meeting of when he's going to be approved?
I did not say an exact date. I said
Okay.
that it was pending.
It's pending Supreme Court.
Okay, so what are we going to do since he can't give legal opinions yet?
We are continuing with external counsel who has serviced us and is budgeted through the end of the 2025 fiscal year.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next item, please.
5, introduction of ordinances and resolutions.
The following legislation is under Councilmember Schultz. An ordinance authorizing Charles Tillotson, Executive Director of the Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District, to purchase land and property more fully described in Exhibit A, owned by the Palazzo Law Firm, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance adopting the original operating budget of revenues and expenditures for the Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2026, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance adopting the original capital improvement budget for the Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District for the 5-year period beginning January 1st, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2030, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance establishing a policy of budgetary control for the operating budget of expenditures for the Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2026, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution adopting the port vehicle maintenance policy of the Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution adopting the Louisiana Gateway Port Transit Access Management Plan of Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. And finally, a resolution to, you don't want me to read that one, right? To cancel.
No, because we're going to vote on it now.
Okay, those are the only introductions.
All right. 6A1 will be deferred. 6B will be deferred. 6C will be deferred. 6D will be withdrawn, and 6E will be withdrawn.
Everything.
Defer, withdraw, withdrawn.
Motion to,
No, because we got to do the suspensions.
7, new business. 7A, introduction of resolutions where suspension is being sought.
And let's add them both to the agenda, both of them now, where we only have to do one vote for that.
amen.
A resolution establishing the date, time, and place of public hearings on the proposed 2026 operating budget and capital improvement budget as submitted by the Executive Director of the Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District, to authorize the Council Secretary to place the necessary public notice in the Plaquemines Gazette and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The second one is a resolution to cancel the November 27th, 2025, and the December 25th, 2025 regularly scheduled port meetings due to the Thanksgiving holiday and the Christmas holiday, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto.
Thank you. This is to add to the agenda. Any comments from the audience? Administration, table, roll call, please.
We need a second.
Oh, do I have a second? Second by Mr. Kongovich.
District 1? Oh, it's absent. District 2? District 3?
Yes.
District 4? District 5, District 6.
Yes.
District 7. District 8. And District 9. And the measure passes 8 with 1 absent.
All right, now for suspension, we can vote on those in globo also for the suspension.
A resolution establishing the date, time, and place of public hearings on the proposed 2026 operating budget and capital improvement budget as submitted by the Executive Director of the Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District to authorize the Council Secretary to place the necessary public notice in the Plaquemines Gazette and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution to cancel the November 27th, 2025 and December 25th, 2025 regularly scheduled port meeting due to the Thanksgiving holiday and the Christmas holiday and otherwise to provide with respect thereto.
I offer ask for a second for suspension. Second by Mr. Koknovich. Any comments from the audience? Administration, table, roll call, please.
District 1 is absent. District 2, District 3,
Yes.
District 4, District 5, District 6.
Yes.
District 7.
Yes.
District 8. And District 9. The measure passes 8 with 1 absent.
All right, first one for vote.
A resolution establishing the date, time, and place of public hearings on the proposed 2025 operating budget and capital improvement budget as submitted by the Executive Director of the Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District to authorize the Council Secretary to place the necessary public notice in the Plaquemines Gazette and otherwise to provide with respect thereto.
And we're going to set the date and time as November 18th at 1 PM. Everybody understands? November 18th, 1 PM. Any comments from the audience? Administration, table. Sorry, offered with the changes. Fill in the blank. Second by Mr. Koknovich. Comments from the audience? Administration.
Just one comment. I am waiting for the exact time of that other meeting, and will give that to you, the NBCA meeting on November 18th.
I thought you said it was a standing meeting that he could move.
That one is, but that morning is the visit by the secretary, so I just will, yes, for the Navy business case analysis. So if I find that it is later in the day, I will let you know,
Okay.
Mr. Schultz. I'll have that information for you this evening.
Okay, all right. We'll stick with that. All right. Comments from the table? Machine, or roll call, please.
District 2, District 3, District.
Yes.
District 4, District 5, District 6.
Yes.
District 7. District 8. District 9. And the measure passes 8 with 1 person absent.
Next item, please.
Approval of the minutes?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, another.
A resolution to cancel the November 27th, 2025 and December 25th, 2025 regularly scheduled port meetings due to the Thanksgiving holiday and the Christmas holiday and otherwise to provide with respect thereto.
I offer ask for a second. Second by Ms. McCarty. Any comments from the audience? Administration, table, roll call, please.
District 1 is absent. District 2, District 3,
Yes.
District 4, District 5, District 6.
Yes.
District 7.
Yes.
District 8. District 9. And the measure passes 8-0 with 1 person absent.
Next item, minutes, please.
Approval of the minutes from the October 9th, 2025 regular meeting.
Offered by Ms. Koknovich, second by Mr. Jurisic. Any comments from the audience? Administration, table, roll call, please.
District 1 is absent. District 2. District 3.
Yes.
District 4. District 5. District 6.
Yes.
District 7.
Yes.
District 8. District 9. And the minutes passed by a vote of 8.
Hold on, I want to make an announcement.
All right, you can start with that on Mr. LaFrance.
Yes. On Wednesday, October the 29th, we would have a memorial mass for Father Jerry at St. Patrick at 5 p.m. Archbishop Annan will celebrate the mass. The 29th, October the 29th. 5 p.m.
All right, do I have a motion? Thank you,
So
Mr.
offered.
LaFrance. Offer, motion to adjourn by Mr. LaFrance, second by Mr. Newsome. Comments, roll call.
District 1 is absent. District 2. District 3.
Yes.
District 4. District 5. District 6.
Yes.
District 7.
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
We have adjournment at 4:47 PM.